No advantage to Transvaal for the original knock-on. Paul Bayful, the Transvaal scrum half, who partnered Gerald Bosch in the A-team in the final trial for the Springboks, but didn't make the test side. That's Bosch. J.J. Williams covering and gathering beautifully. That's in space. Kutzer in his own 25. The bounce just eluding the outstretched arms of Tom Grace on the right wing. Bobby Windsor, Pontypool, Wales, and now the Lions, all in one season. Durand feeds to Bayful. Bosch is missed out. Pete Cronje really not pleasing the crowd with that rather feeble kick. Picked up by Pipers. That's Pete Cronje. A lot expected of him today. Durand. Durand trying to set up the ruck. Ripley, the man who eventually picked the ball up, but the whistle had already gone. Maloney. Lions taking it, controlling it a couple of yards forward. Ripley just running almost straight into his own team, and I think accidentally offside there. Fed back by Kritzinger to Gerald Bosch. Bosch inside to Fredrickson, this burly hooker. That's Tommy Simons. Simons going for the line. Gert Muller, 5 yards short. Muller forced into touch, but good, adventurous running from the Transvaal backs. A tremendous, deafening roar of encouragement from the crowd. The Lions 6 yards from their own line. Bayful to Bosch. Bosch drops for goal. J.J. Williams comes back, almost losing possession. Is there a touchdown? Well, they don't come much closer than that. J.J. Williams just losing his footing as he went back for a perfectly safe touchdown. Bennett takes a short one, blind. Dick Milliken with Tom Grace outside him, a 2-to-1 situation here. Milliken still going, cutting back inside. Support from Tony Neary. 10 yards from the Transvaal 25. Transvaal counter-attack. Bayful. Bayful inside. Almost the interception by J.J. Williams. 25 minutes gone of the first half. The Lions still trailing by that solitary penalty goal by Gerald Bosch. Really a grueling game for the Lions. After 3 weeks at sea level, they're now up on the high veld. Bayful to Bosch. Rolling towards the Lions 25, Tom Grace. But the referee has called them back. No one seems to be clear as to what the infringement was, but I think offside in the backs by the Lions. Willie John just had a word with the referee. Gerald Bosch stands with what for him should be a relatively simple kick at goal. Gerald Bosch, 211 points in rugby in South Africa last year. 3 points this afternoon for Transvaal, and now with the chance to put them 6 points ahead. which he does. The Transvaal fly half, Gerald Bosch, takes Transvaal 6 points clear. 26 minutes gone of the first half. Bennett, taken by Kevin de Klerk, one of the 4 Springboks in the Transvaal team. De Klerk, incidentally, wearing 7, but packing down in the second row with Kritzinger at flanker, wearing number 4. Bayful to Bosch. Bosch, again, having trouble with the pass from Bayful, but no knock-on. Windsor, Brown leaps, but the ball eluding him. Good smuggling back by the Lions. Maloney to Bennett. Milliken on the switch. Milliken running into the power men of the Transvaal pack. Windsor deals quite rightly with the man fringing offside in the maul. Right on the halfway line. Bobby Windsor. Ripley again palming. Tony Neary cleaning it up for Johnny Maloney. And Robertson, the referee, catching virtually the whole Transvaal back division offside. Phil Bennett waits for the ball for the attempt at goal. There's the distance, about 45 yards. Phil Bennett planting the ball in this tight, curly Kikuyu grass. Leans back, strokes it, and it's over. Phil Bennett's boot once again brings the Lions back into the game, as he's done so many times on this tour. 6 points to 3, 31 minutes gone of the first half. The scrum collapses. Maloney gathers the ball. Unmercifully bundled by Pipers and Oberholzer. Bayful out to Tommy Simons. Simons held by Phil Bennett. Bayful switches to Bosch. Tom Grace underneath it. Up comes Gert Muller. Tries to take it on the burst, but jumps into the tackle quite illegally. And the referee very quick to spot it. Much to the crowd's displeasure, but a good decision by Pete Robertson. Bennett. Muller. Obstruction in the line-out indicated by the referee. Bosch indicating that he's going for goal. Gerald Bosch just calms himself. The crowd behind the goalpost roar. What a beauty. 45 yards, that kick by Bosch. And Transvaal now 6 points clear, 9 points to 3. And that signals the whistle for half-time. The Lions looking a little jaded at the moment. 9 points to 3. They are down, and they've an awful lot to do in this second half if they are going to keep their unbeaten record for the tour. The Lions now with their backs to the wall. 9 points to 3 down. And this game, of course, the one stumbling block in the provincial matches on the 1968 tour. Taken by Phil Bennett. The Lions not dominating possession as they have done in their last few matches against a really burly, fierce Transvaal pack. Maloney, Milliken with Berges outside him. Kutzer in his own half. Tackled there by Berges. That's more like it from the Lions. Good second phase, Milliken again. Milliken almost catching his own kick. Simons bowled over. Bobby Windsor makes the ball available well. Maloney, Bennett, Milliken is a man over here. Milliken on the bench. Milliken a 5 yards short. He's going over and he scored. A great try by Dick Milliken. He had men over, but he saw the gap, cut through inside. Phil Bennett with the conversion attempt. It levels the scores. Scarcely a minute gone of the second half, and the Lions are back in business. Paul Bavel with the field. Goes blind, tries to go on his own, collared by JPR Williams. Still 5 yards short. Duran trying to force his way through. Bavel has it to Bosch. Bosch beautifully tackled by Phil Bennett. In comes Roy Berges. Great defensive play by the Lions. 15 yards out. Bennett to Dick Milliken. Milliken with Grace outside him. Tries to flip it back. Maloney kicks it on. JJ Williams. Williams against Simons. Simons falls. Williams collars him. Kicks on ahead, a yard short from the Transvaal line. Williams with the ball. The whistle's gone. Attacking out of defence. The Lions nearly catching Transvaal leaden-footed from one end of the field to the other. Now it's Bavel's turn to feed a couple of yards from his own line. Good defence. Bosch with the drop at goal. It's over. The massive crowd go wild as Gerald Bosch, from that heel against the head, takes Transvaal back into the lead. 12 points to 9 the score. Simon, Fredrickson, Strauss, McLaughlin, Windsor, Cotton, the two burly front rows. Maloney waits as the Lions heave. Ripley goes on his own for the line. Is he there? Ripley must almost be there. The referee looks down. It must have been close, but the referee's decision is final. The put in again. Transvaal collapse it, but the Lions have. Bennett switches to Milliken. Milliken still going. Milliken feeds to JPR Williams. This time it's a try. Milliken fed to JPR Williams. The slow controlled heel. Maloney to Bennett. Milliken did the scissors, and Milliken cut right back through the packs. Phil Bennett with the conversion. That's wide. 13 points to 12. The Lions ahead for the first time. "14 minutes of proper time to go. 1 point the Lions ahead." McBride. Smuggled back well. Johan Kritzinger well offside. Bennett putting the Lions into the Transvaal half again. De Klerk. The whistle of the referee, it looks like a penalty. Phil Bennett with this penalty attempt at goal to take the Lions further ahead. Straight and true. And that penalty by Phil Bennett takes the Lions 4 points ahead. 7 minutes of proper time to go. Can the Lions hang on to this slender 4-point lead? Windsor and Fredrickson at the front of the line. Babel to Bosch. Simons. Kutzer collared by Phil Bennett. Phil Bennett again bringing off a crucial tackle. Muller, de Klerk tries to palm, taken instead by Pipers. Babel, Bosch. Bosch with a long drop at goal. Struck it beautifully. Gerald Bosch's second drop goal. But it's not enough to put Transvaal even level. They still now trail by 1 point. 6 minutes to go. Taken by Duran. Kritzinger feeding it back inside. Babel, Bosch, left-footed into space. JPR Williams covering across. Takes it on the full. Tremendous excitement. Only 1 point in it. Only 4 minutes of proper time to go. What a climax to this game. Muller, de Klerk takes it loosely through the line. Fredrickson, Kritzinger brought down by Gordon Brown. Fredrickson again, Babel to Bosch. Bosch drops again, misses this one. Back goes JJ Williams. JJ Williams was first there, but only just. Van Veenhart was with him and he couldn't afford to make a mistake then. Really, this is breathtaking. What a finale. 16-15. 3 minutes now of time to go. Bennett restarts. Palmed on by Utley. Windsor to Ripley. Foot in touch. The Lions pack have fought magnificently. Transvaal have only been a little way behind them. McBride in the 25. Utley in support. Lions now rampant, 10 yards from the Transvaal line, wanting this ball but don't get. Peter Cronje, we haven't seen so much of him this afternoon. JPR Williams, plenty of time, there's no one near. Runs up to the halfway. As he loves to do, hoists one. Taken by de Klerk, almost silent the crowd. Babel feeding out again. Simons 2 against 2. McLaughlin just forestalling him. Kutzer trying to carry on. And the fringing Transvaal forward gives Phil Bennett a 50-yard kick at goal. 16-15 to the Lions. Bennett with the kick. Is it there? It is! My word, this boy can turn them on when he needs to. The Lions, 20 points. The Lions indeed, 19 points to 15 now ahead. 4 points clear as we come up to the end of full time. Gordon Brown. Again, this Lions pack, the dominant factor in the afternoon. McBride giving the Ballymena glare to one of the Transvaal forwards, just making his feelings known. It's been a fascinating tussle up front. No clear dominance, but the Lions having the edge once again. Maloney breaks. Ripley up in support. That's Roger Utley. Utley to Ripley. Ripley busting as he did for London Counties. Tony Neary going for the corner. A dramatic last-second try for Tony Neary. It was Andy Ripley who picked up the loose ball. Charged like a bull in a china shop straight upfield, almost as he did 1 year ago at Ellis Park in a dramatic try for London Counties. Tony Neary in support, and he had the pace to get there and clinch the game for the Lions. Phil Bennett with the conversion. It misses, and as he does so, the whistle goes for full time. The Lions victorious again. The man who's led them to victory there, Willie John McBride. 10 matches played for the Lions. This possibly their hardest provincial match of the tour. 23 points to 15 they've won. And my word, they worked hard this afternoon.
Gareth Edwards, I'm sure you'll agree, the hardest match of the tour so far.
Without a doubt, Nigel. I think this was even harder than the test match at Newlands. Basically because the lads really had to fight against a jumbo pack, more or less. And, of course, you added the added problem of altitude. And what proved today a very, very warm day.
Yeah, I mean, midway through the first half, one must have been wondering, I certainly was, you know, are we going to sort of grind them down?
Yes, every one of us who was sat in the stand must have thought, well, can the boys produce something? Can they find something to pull the game out of the fire? And I think this came just after half-time when Dick Milliken scored that try. And I think this is when the boys realised that they could win this match. And, of course, they found some new power from somewhere.
Well, it's a great psychological boost, isn't it? This really hard game up on the high veld after a fortnight down in the Cape. I mean, it must have sort of been better than we'd imagined.
Yes, I think it's given our lads a tremendous boost for the second test. But the most important thing, of course, is giving the South Africans something else to worry about as well.
And now we're up for the second test in Pretoria. We've got a sort of quiet midweek Rhodesian game. It must encourage us for the second test, surely.
Yes, I don't think you'll get a better preparation for a test match than what we've had today. But I think the atmosphere will be very much alike in Pretoria next week.
Maple to Bosch. Bosch drops for goal. JJ Williams comes back, almost losing possession. Is there a touchdown? Well, they don't come much closer than that. JJ Williams just losing his footing as he went back for a perfectly safe touchdown. Bennett takes a short one, blind. Dick Milliken with Tom Grace outside him, a 2-to-1 situation here. Milliken's simply the man who eventually picked the ball up, but the whistle had already gone. Maloney. Lions taking it, controlling it a couple of yards forward. Ripley just running almost straight into his own team, and I think accidentally offside there. Bobby Windsor, Pontypool, Wales, and now the Lions, all in one season. Durant feeds to Bayful. Bosch is missed out. Pete Cronje really not pleasing the crowd with that rather feeble kick. Picked up by Pipers. That's Piet Cronje. A lot expected of him today. Durand. Durand trying to set up the ruck. No advantage to Transvaal for the original knock-on. Paul Bayful, the Transvaal scrum half, who partnered Gerald Bosch in the A-team in the final trial for the Springboks, but didn't make the test side. That's Bosch. J.J. Williams covering and gathering beautifully. That's in space. Kutzer in his own 25. The bounce just eluding the outstretched arms of Tom Grace on the right wing. Fed back by Kritzinger to Gerald Bosch. Bosch inside to Fredriksson, this burly hooker. That's Tommy Simons. Simons going for the line. Gert Muller, 5 yards short. Muller forced into touch, but good, adventurous running from the Transvaal backs. A tremendous, deafening roar of encouragement from the crowd. The Lions 6 yards from their own line.